Hello, this is Reiki Master Angelia with Works of Hearts, Reiki 1 and Natural Complementary Healing Training Program, Part 6. That's a mouthful. And last time we talked about tinctures and tonics. And today we're going to start out with gargle or mouthwash. You want 2 drops of tea tree oil, and there's other oils. You can try, what you want, because tea tree oil is kind of nasty to some people. I'm okay with it. To 1 teaspoon of salt, and I recommend sea salt, in a glass of warm water. Stir to dissolve the salt, and then gargle and do your mouthwash with that. It's a natural alternative to the ones with all those chemicals in them that not necessarily good, and a lot of them have fluoride. And some fluoride is good for you, but a lot is not. I have osteosclerosis, and I live in Louisville, and we have the most fluoridated water going. Wonder if there's any, correlation there. Probably so. But again, my disease is a genetic one, so it was passed down to me probably from my maternal grandmother. So, it's just a better alternative. Nature's Prozac, I think we all probably know this. It's St. John's wort. And you take that as directed. You can buy those pretty much anywhere now. Herbal teas. Take 1/2 teaspoon of the herb that you're going to use. And you can use 4 different ones together before it starts to get a little crazy. I have a lot of health conditions, and I've studied Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine. And I make myself a tea that has close to 22 ingredients in it every day because, I'm not healthy. But, I feel like it does me some good. I've noticed a difference. I decided this time not to take that with me on vacation. And I had a rough time. My feet swelled up. My back kind of got, a lot of pain happening. So, I'm not going to do that again. But then use that with regular tea. If you buy a tea pochet, you can put the tea in there, and then you can put your herbs in there, and you can, soak it that way. If not, if you can't get one wherever you're at, you can cut your tea bag open, put the herb in it, and then staple it back shut, and use it that way. But the ones I recommend for herbal teas are Angelica, and that's for arthritis and anti-alcohol. Basil, and that's for digestion. Borage, and that's for depression, bronchitis, lactation, and fever. Caraway, and that's for lactation, indigestion, colic, earache, and bruises. Catnip, and that's for fever, flu, colds, tooth and gum aches, insomnia, stress, and tension. Chamomile, that's for insomnia, indigestion, nausea, IBS, that's irritable bowel syndrome if you don't know, allergies, and hemorrhoids. Coltsfoot for ulcers, cough, and as a tobacco substitute. Comfrey for psoriasis, wounds, sprains, and arthritis. Dandelion, it's a diuretic, laxative, detoxer, PMS, acne, and eczema. Elecampane. Now, this is something that's hard to find. I haven't found it around here, but if you can find it, that's cool. Expectorant, digestion, circulation. Primrose for PMS. Fennel for constipation, PMS, it's a diuretic, lactation, and digestion. Olive leaves for high blood pressure. Feverfew or bachelor's button, fever, anti-inflammatory, PMS, migraines, and arthritis. Wild onion is an antiseptic. Yes, wild onion. Lobelia, got some of that out front. For cold, headaches, and earache. Echinacea, a lot of people know about that and use that. For colds, flu, and allergies. Valerian is called an all heal. And it's kind of hard to find. Some of your health food stores or Asian markets have that. For nervous exhaustion and emotional upsets. Hops. Yeah, hops. For sleep, tension, and anxiety. Marigold for rejuvenation and harmony. Excuse me. And in some of the Asian markets, you can get like a marigold tea and different things, so you have to look around for some of this stuff. Aromatherapy oils. Basil is good for respiratory infection, indigestion, fever, ulcers, wounds, immune system. The smell may bother pregnant people. So again, we're talking about the layering of these different herbs for these different conditions. You could use, excuse me, these herbs in everything from head to toe and in your environment, in aromatherapy, so you're getting all this goodness into you to help heal you, because, nature invented these things, as a way to do this without putting all these chemicals into your body, which I can't do anyway. Every time they try to put some in me, it makes me sick, and then, they don't want to listen to me, and they keep making me sicker, and then I'm like, I'm done with y'all for a while. And they wonder, oh, I don't know why. Listen. Bay is good for respiration, indigestion, and rheumatism. So if you have like an oil burner, I have a couple of them around here. You just put your little tea light in there and you put the oil in that. Again, the way you make healing oils, you can also make aromatherapy oils. You can use whatever aromatherapy oil you want and then steep the basil in that. So, this is one more thing that you're going to add, to help you. We're not helpless. We can help ourselves. Benzoin or onichav is good for irritated skin, throat, stress, diuretic, infections, expectorant, gas, and arthritis. Bergamot is good for energy. Cajeput is good for respiratory and digestion. Cedarwood. Smell may bother some pregnant people. Dry skin, eczema. I'm having an itchy day today. I don't know what that's about. Acne, antifungal, antiseptic, relaxant, arthritis, bronchitis, dandruff, tension, and urinary infections. Chamomile. The smell may bother pregnant people. Inflammation and a sedative. Clary sage. Stress, hormones, muscle aches, sleep problems, mental clarity, tension, and the smell may bother some pregnant people. Eucalyptus. Smell may bother high blood pressure people and epileptics. Decongestant, antiseptic, insect repellent, burns, blisters, cuts, herpes, wounds, sores, and sore muscles, arthritis, and rheumatism. And be responsible with your eucalyptus. There are farms that grow this, and there are responsible places you can get this, because there is a problem with the eucalyptus forests in Australia. Koala bears, you might not care about koala bears, I kind of do. They're losing their forest And that's the only place they live. The only place they eat, is on the eucalyptus. So, be responsible with that, but definitely don't waste it, you know. Fennel, constipation, PMS, diuretic, lactation, and digestion. Frankincense, and I've used that. Calming, anti-inflammatory, mood elevating, coughs, antiseptic, pain, asthma, scars, wounds, tension, and respiratory. Geranium. A lot of people have geraniums hanging out, front in their little planters. Balancing, skincare, and diuretic. Ginger. That's one of my favorites. Warming, muscle aches, stomach upset, arthritis, colds, cough. Grapefruit, anxiety, depression, exhaustion, and cellulite. Jasmine. Smell may bother some pregnant people and breastfeeders. Mood enhancing, PMS, relaxant, stimulant, dry skin, muscle aches. Juniper berry. Smell may bother some pregnant people. Detox, cellulite, diuretic, cleanser, decongestant, antiseptic, arthritis, burns, cold sores, gas, indigestion, and insect bites. Lavender, dry skin, acne, balancing, relaxing, depression, migraines, insomnia, tension, stress, burns, and sunburn. Lemon, respiration, circulation, toning, stimulant, deodorizer, fatigue, cellulite, wrinkles. Mandarin, positive for pregnant people. Digestive problems, insomnia, stress, cramps, spasms. And I just want to add, if you use a lemon in any of your skin care, you're going to make sure you moisturize, because lemon is an astringent. It will dry you out. So if you're using lemon to like wash your face, or you brush your teeth or whatever you're doing, you do want to use some type of moisturizer after that, so you don't look like an old hag. Marjoram, the smell may bother pregnant people and low blood pressure people. It's good for stress, insomnia, muscle spasms, aches, anti-inflammatory, digestion, and congestion. Myrrh, and I've used that too. Respiratory, PMS. The smell may bother pregnant people. Antiseptic, coughs, soothe itch. Could probably use some of that right now. Pain reliever, athlete's foot, bad breath, chapped skin, hemorrhoids, mouth and gums, teeth. Neroli, stress, digestion, dry skin, wrinkles, stretch marks, spider veins, anxiety, depression, nerves, diarrhea, cramps, spasms, and gas. Peppermint. The smell may bother pregnant people. Digestive, sore feet, headaches, mental fatigue, toothache, sinusitis, travel sickness, sunburn, and hangovers. Petite grain, anxiety, and insomnia. Pine, damaged skin, muscle aches, anxiety, arthritis, antiseptic, diuretic, coughs, asthma, bronchitis, fatigue, gas, nerves, and sleeplessness. Rose, PMS and wrinkles. Rose Otto, dry skin. Rosemary, pain relief, digestion, and dandruff. Sandalwood, scent may bother some pregnant people and people with depression. Respiratory infections, insomnia, diuretic, germ killer, anti-inflammatory, stress reliever, bronchitis, chapped skin, fatigue, and impotence. Sage. The smell may bother pregnant people. Fever, appetite stimulant, joint pain. Tea tree. Respiratory, fungal and skin infections. Thyme. The smell may bother pregnant people. Appetite stimulant and infections. Vertivert, stress. Ylang ylang, or how you pronounce that. Stress, depression, hair growth. Coriander or cilantro, muscle and joint pain. Diarrhea, gas, sleep, stomach, anti-inflammatory, blood sugar, and anxiety. Rose of Sharon. Remember, you don't eat that. We're talking about aromatherapy here. So you can use it for aromatherapy. You can make it in the oil, or actually you can go pull flowers off your bush and put them in the oil and, release it that way. But it does make kind of a little mess in your burner. So, if you want to steep it in the oil as you make it, that's good for you. Smell may bother some pregnant people. Kills germs. Reduces inflammation. Relieves tension. Acne. Bladder problems. PMS. Swollen nodes. And wounds. Okay. And now we're moving on to bath oils. Let me see if I told you to do this in a certain way. Okay. So if you're making your own aromatherapy oils, what you want to do is you put 1 drop of oil per teaspoon of your base oil, whatever your base oil is. Be careful when you're mixing around, because if you mix one scent that doesn't go with another scent, you put it in there, it's just going to smell nasty. So I even recommend, making just the healing oil and putting it in the burner. But some people like to, mix around with that. So, that's up to you. It's all about what you're smelling and how that makes you feel. It's to help you. So, but I don't recommend mixing a bunch of scents together and end up with some funky thing that you're like, oh God, this stinks. And then you don't use it. So, what good has it done you? Recommended blends have 3 oils. So, like, say you had, a problem with a respiratory infection. Okay, so you want to come to your ingredients list, and like I said, you can pause this and write all this stuff down, so you'll have the same information that I'm giving you. So like, say you might want to pick basil, bay, and cajeput if you could get it, and you mix that with your carrier oil, or like I said, make a healing oil, olive oil, and put in there and burn that. And then them three things, are working on your respiratory system while you're smelling it, as well as, the healing oil you've applied and the products you've applied, so you're getting all this goodness into you versus, some fake pill that might not even work. So now we're moving on to bath oils. Aloe vera. Note, for persons only able to shower, cover the drain with a washcloth and place 7 drops of the oil on a rag covering the drain, because some of us can't get down in the tub anymore. I can't get down in the tub anymore. Oh, I guess I probably could if I sort of fell down in there, but the problem would be getting back up. Some of us are not able to pull themselves out of a tub anymore. So if you take a shower, put the wash rag over the drain and put the drops of oil on the wash rag, and then that way that smell is coming up and getting into you. Basil, don't use that if you're pregnant. It's good for respiratory infections, indigestion, fever, ulcers, wounds, and your immune system. And yes, I know I'm being repetitive by saying what all these things are good for with each product, but that's to help it get into your brain so you can memorize some of it, so you don't have to keep going back to the book every time, or your notes that you take from this class every time. So try to get it into your brain, because that's where you want it to be. Of course, you might end up like me and have brain seepage where you gotta go back and look anyway, because you're like, I know this, but I can't think of it right now. Bay, good for respiration, indigestion, and rheumatism. Cajeput, respiratory and digestive problems. Chamomile, don't use it if you're pregnant. Inflammation and sedative. Clary sage, don't use it if you're pregnant. Stress, hormones, muscle aches, sleep, mental clarity, tension. Eucalyptus, don't use it if you have high blood pressure, and if you have epilepsy. Decongestant, antiseptic, insect repellent, burns, blisters. I got like gnats buzzing around me here. Cuts, herpes, the kind on your lip, wounds, sores, sore muscles, arthritis, and rheumatism. Frankincense, calming, anti-inflammatory, mood elevating, coughs, antiseptic, pain, asthma, scars, wounds, tension, and respiratory. Geranium, balancing, skincare, and diuretic. Ginger, warming, muscle aches, stomach upsets, arthritis, colds, and cough. Grapefruit, anxiety, depression, exhaustion, and cellulite. Jasmine, don't use it if you're pregnant. Don't use it if you're breastfeeding. Mood enhancing, PMS, relaxant, stimulant, dry skin, and muscle aches. Juniper berry, don't use it if you're pregnant. Detox, cellulite, diuretic, cleanser, decongestant, antiseptic, arthritis, burns, cold sores, gas, indigestion, and insect bites. Lavender, dry skin, acne, balancing, relaxing, depression, migraines, insomnia, tension, stress, burns, and sunburn. Lemongrass. Don't use it if you're pregnant. Muscle aches, infections, stress, athlete's foot, fever, depression, exhaustion. Mandarin. Don't use it if you're pregnant. Digestive problems, insomnia, stress, cramps, spasms, constipation, hiccups, and scars. Marjoram. Don't use it if you're pregnant. Don't use it if you have low blood pressure. Stress, insomnia, muscle spasms, aches, anti-inflammatory, digestion, and congestion. Melissa. Don't use it if you're pregnant. Respiratory, stress, hormonal disorders, eczema, acne, insect bites, grief, depression, stress, allergies, blood pressure, heart, and headaches. Neroli. Stress, digestion, dry skin, wrinkles, stretch marks, spider veins, anxiety, depression, nerves, diarrhea, cramps, spasms, and gas. Orange. Don't use it if you're pregnant. Respiratory, oily skin, moisturizer, stimulant, relaxant, colds, flu, antiseptic, and mouth ulcers. And if you wonder why I said orange had a moisturizing properties and lemon, was drying, it's because orange has a thicker, oily peel, and it does have orange oil, of course, because it's an orange. So it's actually got moisturizing properties. Peppermint. Don't use it if you're pregnant. Digestive, sore feet, headaches, mental fatigue, toothache, sinusitis, travel sickness, sunburn, and hangovers. Rose, PMS, and wrinkles. And yes, I do use it. Rose Otto, dry skin. Rosemary, pain relief, digestion, and dandruff. Sandalwood, don't use it if you're pregnant. Don't use it if you have depression, respiratory, insomnia, diuretic, germ killer, anti-inflammatory, stress reliever, bronchitis, chapped skin, fatigue, and impotence. Tea tree, respiratory, fungal and skin infections. Thyme, don't use it if you're pregnant. Appetite stimulant and infections. Vetiver, stress. Ylang ylang, stress. Depression and hair growth. And if you wonder why I say it like that, it's because I've been called out on pronunciation where some people pronounce it one way and I pronounce it another way. And that's just petty. It's all the same. It's all in how you learned to pronounce it from someone who was teaching you, or how you sounded it out and looked in the dictionary. So, who cares how you pronounce it as long as you know what you're talking about. Lime, antibacterial, antifungal, antiseptic, stimulant, colds, flu, cellulite, poor circulation, oily skin, because lime is also like lemon and it's an astringent, arthritis, and varicose veins. And to make a bath oil, you want to put 10 drops of oil per tub of water. The best carrier is aloe vera oil, because it's so good for your skin. It heals your skin. And again, if you can't get in the bath, make your bath oil, and then you put the 7 drops, or you can even do 10 drops on a rag while you're taking your shower, and you're getting that scent. And then if you want to, you can also put it on your skin, like you would after you wash with your soap. You can just use it like you would be if you were down in the bath, and then you just rinse it off. So it's on how you want to do it, because we're all different. And for saunas, if you want to put this in a sauna, you put 3 drops per ladle or 18 drops per bucket. And that was our bell earlier. That's my other phone ringing, so that's annoying. But that's all for today. And until next time.